Hello, this is Lady V, the Queen of Wellness. I come before you with the second half on the session of you were being a victim. See the setup and learn the tools of how not to repeat the same act repeatedly over again. And so you must learn as now that your eyes are opening up to the truth of the journey that you have been on with this abuse mentality of this monster, that you must tell yourself once again, you were set up, but you will not allow yourself anymore to be set up. You will be tested and you will be tried. So don't ever think that in some type of a way that you will not cause yourself to get back into this same second stage. But you will be able to observe and the act of what is before you. Because any time that we have been down a road of any experiences in our lives, we become more aware. It's almost like an antenna that is placed upon a television. And when the energy, which is the radar that is moving back and forth through the wires and through um, um, the broadcast, it will eventually start rattling. You will start seeing everything getting foggy because it's the radar, it is the energy vibrating, giving the awareness that something is wrong in the area and that it's not working, and it will not work unless you make a move yourself to set that antenna in the right settings, so you will be able to see the picture, to be able to see whatever program that you want on the television. It will come in clearly, precisely, because you have this energy that is connected to that energy of radar, that vibration that is telling you something is wrong. So you got to keep stirring that antenna around until you get it set right in order to watch your program. And then that goes the same way as when we become a victim in any situation of life. It could be on your job, it could be a neighbor, it could be a stranger, it could be even your children, it could be anyone that could be a victim, become a victim, abusing you, hurting you, getting you off track, and putting you in a place where you have been set up. And so, with you learning as stages go on and continuously learning stages of life, we don't go through anything in life without learning something. And when we continuously repeat ourselves into the same settings, into the same acts, into the same doing the same thing repeatedly over and over, and then what we want to do, we want to tell someone or even tell ourselves, why is this happening to me? When all we had to do is take out time instead of moving fast. Because see, when you went through it at the beginning, being the victim, being picked out, you didn't know. And that's in anything. It's just like buying a bag of apples, buying some oranges. They all look so pretty inside of the bag, but once you open up the bag, you start taking them out, rinsing them off, cleansing them, and then you set them in a beautiful bowl. They still look so pretty as you taking them out, you wash them, then you find one, maybe two, and even three. That old saying, bad apples, bad apples. That's the same as in a relationship. That's the same as meeting someone that you are just getting to know. So with that, when you are going through a same sectum of feeling that radar, when you're feeling that energy, when you're feeling that red flag, you're feeling that red flag telling you, mm-mm, mm-mm, don't go down this road, don't go down this road again, don't go down this avenue again, don't go down that dark alley again, don't go down and make that turn again. Because when you do that, then you're setting yourself once again to be the victim, to be the victim, and to repeat the same words of, it's not my fault. You can't say it's not your fault when you heard a voice telling you, because we do have a voice that speaks to us inside all the time, not just sometimes, all the time. But we have to be intuitive. We have to be intuitive to the energy. We got to be intuitive, which is inside of ourselves. There's a negative, there's a positive, there is a force that moves in between the negative and the positive. They're bouncing off from each other, but they're trying to connect. They're trying to connect because what they're trying to do, always the negative is always trying to pull the positive away. And that's the same as when we allow ourselves to keep repeatedly getting into these bad situations. And what we do is we tell ourselves, I'm not going to do this anymore. Oh, I see the way that person is. When I met them, they remind me of someone that I was singing at one time, and they remind me of someone that I knew, or they remind me of someone that had said these words to me before. You know that old saying, deja vu, deja vu. Like, I seen that before. I heard that before. I even smelled that before. It is not deja vu. It is your intuitive self. Your intuitive self is an antenna. So when you find yourself meeting these bad characters, when you find yourself even meeting someone, a stranger, meeting someone that you hardly even know, and they trying to bring you some drag, they trying to bring you some sweet talk, they trying to sweep you up off your feet with some charming cutie words and telling you all these things, and you just feeling like these goo bumps are running all inside of you. Put a stop sign on that, because when you become an adult, you don't want to continuously repeat that same act, that childlike way. That childlike way is what keeps us in trouble. That childlike way is what keeps us keep doing the same thing that is familiar instead of unfamiliar. You want to become unfamiliar. You want to become familiar instead of the unfamiliar, because when you become familiar, you are intuitive. You are intuitive to not allow that to come again that you just got out of. I know we all want love. I know we all want companion. I know we all want someone to care for us. But say, just take an example. Just say you meet someone after you just broke up with bad Joe, bad Susie. You figure you've been by yourself 6 months, you've been by yourself 3 months, you've been by yourself a year, you've been by yourself even 5 years. And all of a sudden, Mr. Fine, Mrs. Fine come along, and you just drop everything that you have worked on about yourself, setting your boundaries, setting your signums of what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. You were valuing yourself. You were taking out time for yourself. You were speaking. You were listening to different type of sessions about keeping you healthy, well, and whole. Actually, you were getting your own personal therapist. And with all that being said, you were doing things, you enjoyed doing those things. You were taking yourself places, and you were just enjoying the moment until one day Mr. Right and Mrs. Right came along, and all of a sudden you just dropped everything that you had built up all that time to feel whole, well, until that right one came along, instead of going right back thinking from past experience, from the same situation that had occurred then, you were bringing it right back into another relationship. And then you want to get on this thinky thought of you, asking yourself, why did I do this again? I stayed by myself, but here I'm with this person and they're doing the same thing that I got out of some time ago and even recently. And here I'm allowing this same situation to occur. And what happens is when we become addicted to wanting to be loved and wanting to be cared for and wanting that touch and wanting that companion and wanting someone to talk to us and wanting to have that company and wanting to not do things alone, taking a bath, taking a walk, eating by ourselves, we become lonely. We become so feeling like I can't do this no more. I can't have another day by myself anymore. We go to the clubs. We go to all of the wrong places. Hot tubs, when they used to have the hot tub, and they still do have places that they have where you go even to those gyms. Now they have outside gyms. They have outside restaurants. People going to these places even still right now, looking for love, looking for a companion, because they are afraid to be alone, to know and to get to know themselves. There's nothing wrong with, especially after you've been through such a trauma bomb and a bad relationship and repeatedly a long list of lifetime. You have just constantly, all your life, when you think about it, from when you first start dating, from high school, college, and from your everyday living, you just keep meeting the same type of personality, the same character, the same person that is continuously from the next to the next and to the next. It's just you changing faces. It's almost like the same way. You're changing your shoes. You're just changing faces. They look good. They smell good. But you're not getting anything to know about them inside of their full self. And it's very important for you to get to know someone, especially as an adult. A woman wants to know the man she's talking to. She wants to know, is he a man with quality? Is he a man that has values and morals, and a man that's going to be able to step up to the plate? A man that is going to be a provider, not just materialistically or financially, but a man that's going to step up to the plate if a situation is to occur that she's up against someone that wants to harm her. You need to know that this man is a provider, that he will stand up to the plate and he will pop 2 times, 3 times if he have to. This is the type of man you want to be able to have in your life. You want to know that a man is not so easily, and a female is not so easy. The same as what I'm saying about a man, it applies to a woman too. You don't want a woman or a man that is wimpy and weak and will accept anything and run with anybody and wear anything on their bodies and wearing pants off the back of his butt. And then you talk about that's your man. And a woman, she wearing a skirt all the way up to her behind and a dress that you can see all in the crack of her butt. Those are not quality characters that is attractive, that's going to take you long extensive time. It is important that you take out time, you investigate to learn about what is healthy and what is unhealthy for you. You don't want a man that comes and take you just to Mickey D's, Jack in the Box, McDonald's, or Taco Bell. You want a man that's going to take you to the exclusive restaurant, a female that's going to want to go to fine places, what is that, Melrose, where they have all those nice restaurants, take you on a yacht where they have these beautiful settings of meals that you can have it, watching the ocean and hearing the beautiful music. You want to feel like you deserve the best because you are the best. Do not allow anyone, man and woman, do not allow yourself continuously throughout your life to be a easy fix. Do not allow yourself to be easy as a setup that a man or woman could come to you and say a few words to you and you start laughing like a boy or a girl, and you allow them to misuse you or abuse you. You step up and you be the woman. Even if you never were taught to be a good woman, you can teach yourself how to be a good woman. I taught myself how to be a good woman. And for you men, for you to say you never had a man around, you never had a father figure, and the same as you females, you say that your mama was never around, your grandmama, she raised you, but your grandmama didn't treat you right. Same with you men, you would say that you didn't have a man figure and your mama raised you, so I never knew how to treat a woman. My mama was no good. My mama did me wrong. My mama talked to me crazy. My mama had men running in and out of the house. And the female, you talking about your mama used to have men running in and out of the house, drinking all day long and all night long and running in and out of the club. And you guys have your house like a club, in and out, like in and out burgers, having people running in and out. Didn't even know them. And this is how we set ourselves up to be hurt down the roads of our lives because we never were taught. If your mama, it always starts at home. If your mama is not teaching you the values of being a good, wholesome woman, a lady, and how to conduct yourself, and learning how to talk proper, elegant, not saying that you gotta be so Miss Proper and all Miss Goody Two Shoe, but show some type of respect for yourself. Show some discipline in yourself. Don't make yourself look so easy. And the same as you, men. You talking about, well, your mama, she was always calling you out of your name and she was putting her hands up at you because she always said your daddy was never around and she don't know nothing about your daddy, or she knew your daddy and your daddy wasn't no good and he was a whoremonger and he was running the streets with Sue, Sally, and Ann and Barbara and Linda. But these are excuses that we make. We make these excuses because it's the way we were brought up. And mother and father got to show an example for the future of the generation. So we got to learn how. If they didn't teach us, we have to learn how to teach ourselves. There are so many ways that you can learn how to be the best so you can have the best relationship, so you can have the best things in life. I'm going to leave you for right now, but never forever. This is Lady B, the Queen of Wellness. Do not forget to subscribe to my page. Give me a thumbs up and a view, and much love, and I will be back soon. Goodbye now. Bye now.